How's it going, everybody? It's Brandon, also known as Mothman here, with Run It Back at MAGE, the Mid-America Gaming Expo. I've got Laack with me here from Morningside Mustangs, coming off of 2 big wins today. First off, just go ahead and introduce yourself, give a little bit of background.
Yeah, so my name is Harry Laack, in-game name Laack, very creative. I have played FPS games probably since I could move the mouse. I've got pictures like dating back to me playing Team Fortress Classic in diapers. So yeah, it's just been something I've done for a long time and still love doing it. So.
Awesome. Well, I spoke to your coach a little bit earlier, heard him at the panel last night. Awesome guy. Yep. He had nothing but nice things to say about you. He sent you over for the interview, said if he could pick one of his players that's going pro in a few months, it'd be you. What kind of impact does he have on you, on the team, just kind of on your gameplay, just lifestyle, everything like that?
Yeah, so when I first came over to Morningside, it was for a visit, and I had looked up prior on their Twitter account. I just looked at their main Twitter, and I saw there was an Esports extension to it, and I was like, okay, let's check this out. And then I saw that I could get actual money to come play video games for school, and that there was already people there to do so, and they had a Valorant team. I was like, yeah, I'm in. So submitted an application and came for a visit day, and I met Jared, and right away he just told us about the program and how he just kind of laid some new groundwork. He's just come in for 2 years, I believe, but yeah, he's got everything sort of rigid in a good way. Got scheduled practices, scheduled games for us, scheduled VOD review, all sorts of stuff. It's always on top of stuff, making sure the team is cohesive, and the school's paying for us to come to this, so yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. So we kind of heard at the beginning a little bit of where you come from in terms of gaming. What are some of your gaming or esports influences, whether it's Valorant, related or not? Yeah.
I kind of started just playing a jumble of FPS games. There was Overwatch in there, Rainbow Six, Valorant, Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike is a big one. But most importantly, I started playing TF2. So way back when TF2 was a big thing, I logged 2,200 hours on it. And then I switched into Counter-Strike around middle school, and I got super engaged in the esports scene, watching IEM and all that stuff, trading skins and just getting all into FPS games. So definitely Counter-Strike has a big impact. That's sort of what I shape my Valorant playstyle around. So it's a little different than those that come from Fortnite and other stuff, but sort of a traditional FPS influence for me.
Okay, and kind of a blanket statement here, just what's it like to go to school basically to play Valorant?
It's pretty awesome. I get to do, it's a really nice transition from high school to college. You get to choose your courses and whatnot. So being able to choose, not only fun classes for you, and then also just to know that you have time to go and play competitive games is, it's one of my drives is competition. So knowing that I have that sort of outlet daily is pretty awesome.
Okay, well, in the first map you guys played, best of 1 series here throughout the first day of the tournament. It was 13-4 on split. We saw the final round end with a big clutch from your Sage player. Really got you guys hyped up. As the duelist, it's your job kind of to entry and to kind of keep that momentum going. Even though it was the end of the match and everything, you guys carried that on to the next map. What does that energy do for you when you guys are hyped up, when a big play, whether it's from you or a teammate happens? How does that momentum affect you guys?
Yeah, that momentum it's necessary for us. Definitely necessary is the word I'd say. I noticed that when you miss a shot or you go down a round, sometimes people don't talk. So I've gone into each one of these games, just a little pep talk, just saying, hey, no matter how you die, if you miss all your bullets, I don't care. I just want to know where you died from, how much damage you did, all that stuff. Energy is incredible for us because I noticed that if we kind of lose that energy, we play a little timid and a little afraid, and then we just get wiped off the map. So if we have that energy, then we go into the next round, and it's just a much smoother experience for us.
Okay, speaking of losing the energy, your second match was on Bind.
Yep.
Like you had told me before the interview started, there was some connection issues. You guys had to take quite a long pause before it started up again. Did that kind of put a fear into you that any momentum might have been quelled at all?
Yeah. I definitely tried to just stay hopping around a game and I don't know. I do this thing where I trace letters on the wall, just trying to stay focused up. I noticed some of the other dudes are up and walking around, so I let them do their thing, just not get in the way. But I just, it was important that everybody stays focused up and realize that hey, we're still in this game, we're still above. And as long as we keep playing the same way, as long as we come back and with the same momentum, we'll be all right. It is a little scary to be 7-3 on Bind is nothing, especially if you flip flop the sides and the map is just much harder. So, yeah, definitely important that we kept that energy. it was a pretty hard hit for us when we did have to take that 20-minute or so break. But yeah.
Okay, and so you're moving on, upper bracket, winner's bracket. You know, you've only had to play the 2 games so far, where some teams have had to play the 3, maybe even 4, before you guys get into your next one. Would you rather play more games to kind of stay warm, or are you happy where you're at in the upper bracket with just the 2?
I'd definitely rather play more games. Always ready to play more games. It's, competition's about winning and losing, and unfortunately, sometimes you lose, hopefully most of the time you win, but I think the best thing you can do for yourself is always keep playing more games. Unless obviously you're upset or something, take a break. But playing more games is super important. Just that's how you get better. So I think as a team, the more games we play, the better we get. And as much as we want to take this event, it's all about the experience for us. So.
Okay, and do you have any expectations for the rest of the tournament? Have you seen who maybe you're playing next and kind of what you think of them?
We've definitely got some difficult opponents. We did play in an upper league, so we have had our hard times. But we've definitely got some experience against upper teams. So. Yeah, notably UNL, and I'm not sure who else is in the bracket still. I haven't got access to the bracket, but definitely looking up to UNL. Probably face them sometime soon. So a little bit of fear, but we just got to stomp ahead, and I know the boys can do it. We just got to pull it together. Everything's winnable, always winnable, so keep that energy.
Awesome. Well, in terms of collegiate valorant, just to kind of wrap things up, obviously there's a big presence here in terms of the college teams that are here to play, college leagues that you've been talking about that we've seen kind of pop up. What do you think kind of the future holds for Valorant or just esports in general in a college setting, compared to, say, a college football team or baseball team?
Yeah, so definitely some similarities. One thing I just want to point out is esports sometimes gets looked down upon. It's video games, and a lot of people get critiqued, and what's really scary is to be sort of like an upper level player. And you kind of look at college, and there's some cool stuff you'd like to do, and you probably worked hard academically, and but then it's like if you want to take that leap of faith and try to go pro and just not go to college, it's scary. So I think collegiate esports is really good for combining both college and esports to give people like that an opportunity. As far as similarities between traditional sports, there's definitely a ton. Obviously, there's not that physical aspect. But there is a lot of mental aspect. It's one game of Valorant at a high level is very draining. So just making sure you stay up to it in the head, and it's constantly strategy. So staying on the strategy and stuff like that, in that sense, it's very similar to traditional sports.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the victory. Best of luck to the rest of you guys in the tournament. Do you have any socials you want to share, Twitch, anything like that, shout outs, whatever?
Yeah, so I got most social medias. It's Laack, LAACK_Val. That'll be linked to pretty much everything, especially my Twitch. I try to stream there pretty often. Just got some upgrades on there. Also, Abby, if you're watching this, hi, I love you. Any of my teammates, thank you guys for giving me this event, and thank you guys for tagging along. Thank you, Jared, for making this awesome event. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, once again, I'm Brandon, a.k.a. Mothman with Run It Back. Stay tuned for more.